Now this UI result is from the previous exercise. Let's look at it. This still is not a pleasing experience to the eyes. Now there's this line pretty close to the text, and the text is all in the top. So let's try to change the vertical line to middle, and let's have padding. Now we have TH and TD here. We'll try to, so the TH is already in the middle. Let's try to give the TD some padding. I mean, if you give padding, just the padding will happen on all the four sides. But I just want the padding to happen on the left, just the left side. So 5 pixels should be all right. Look at it. The vertical align has changed. At the same time, the padding has changed. Now, when you give padding for TD, obviously all TD has the padding effect. Only if I give different padding in the center cell, which is for the third row, third column, this and whatever you give in center cell will take precedence. But we're not talking about that now. We'll have a separate video for that. So the padding has happened. This looks real nice, but the way the table is constructed, it looks very legacy mode. So let's try to have something a modern border. So I'm going to remove the table and just have the TH and TD and keep border 1px solid black. When I give that, again you see the double border. So that's why you have a border bottom property. Now when you give border bottom property, each cell has the border. So this cell has a border, this cell has a border just on the bottom. But if you could see in your telescopic view, you could see that there is a bit of a gap because there is a border below this cell, and this is a border below this cell, and this border are not the same. There's separate borders. So the best thing to do for that is, we saw already, is the border collapse. When you do border collapse, the borders are pretty much attached. So the border collapse takes care of these gaps and double borders. So this might look like a break line, but this is actually a border. Now, if you just want a border on top of the heading, all you could do is, for the TH, I'm going to say border top 1 pixel solid black. So I just got this. So that's cool, right? Yeah. So what else we could fix? Yeah, so there is something called a hover. You heard of mouse hovers, right? So it's like that, hover. So hover is where you could give a property to your rows, because hover happens on the rows. We'll see what this is. Okay, so this is your row. So whatever you write on this gets applied to all the rows. But then there is a colon and hover, which means when you hover on a row, make the background color light blue. See? So usually what you will do is here, background color, let's give light blue there and dark blue here. So when you say TR background color is light blue, all the TRs gets this background color as light blue. But TR hover, background color dark blue, what it does is whenever you hover on a row, it gets this style applied. So that's an interesting way of presenting your table, making your table look very pleasant. Okay, then there's another way. Okay, we'll make this even more cool. tr nth child. Now again, this is applied for all rows. Nth child even. What this does is every alternative child will have a different color. Okay, so that's why you give a even here. So we'll see. So 1, 2. This is 2, right? 3 and 4. So 2 and 4 gets light blue. And when I said odd, 1 and 2 gets green. Which is also applicable for the TH, because TH is also, the heading is also part of rows now. At the same time, you could also apply background color for the whole table, which is not applied. You know why? Even if we keep this in the bottom, it will not apply because table is very generic. See, think of it. I mean, you have we saw in some examples, right? There was a div behind a div or a div inside a div. So the parent div might have red, the child div might have blue as background color. So the child div's blue is what you see. Now the cells are more specific to the style. So when you have this mentioned here, I mean for the child, so this becomes more specific than this. So this gets more precedence. Table becomes very generic, right? But to the core, you're going and I mean you're saying that TR background colors light blue and green. So that becomes very specific. So if you remove that, then you see the table style being applied. So you have to think about table. Okay, we will also see this. I'll have another example to show you the specificity or the priority. We have table and then let's have a TR. In TR, I'm going to say background color is green. Let's see what happens. Green is applied. Okay. But I have a TD where I say background color is, we already have green and red. Let's say blue. Blue is what is applied. But TD is this and this is TH, so that is why it was not applied. But again, if you have TH and say background color is yellow, this is what takes place. So this has a less precedence in terms of the table properties. This TR has a bit more. TH and TD are bit more specific. So that's what takes the higher precedence.